Welcome to day 22. Today we're going to be looking at mindful nutrition. If your energy crashes, your mood swings, and random cravings keep running the show, this isn't about willpower. Today we'll look at how you're eating across the entire day and make one or two little tweaks that help support your mood and energy. And we're going to do this without any food rules or any shame. Mindful nutrition isn't about being good or bad with food. It's about noticing what you eat and how that affects you throughout the day. And we're going to do this by making small, kind adjustments. Instead of counting every calorie, cutting out important food groups, or starting a new diet every Monday, we're going to notice your patterns, what food groups help you, and make a few adjustments that push you in a kinder direction. When you understand mindful nutrition, you'll understand your energy crashes better, which will help support your mood and focus, and will help you feel more in control around food. Step one in today's practice is we're going to map what we ate and drank yesterday. We're going to split this into 3 sections: morning, afternoon, and evening. And underneath each one, you'll jot down what you ate and what you drank. And it doesn't have to be perfect, you don't have to do the measurements, just the food items or meals that you ate. So if you did snack, write those down. For example, yesterday for the morning, I had toasted bagels with peanut butter, a mint tea, and then just water. And that was all I ate or drank in the morning until my lunch, which brings me on to the afternoon, where I ate a wrap, 2 bananas, a yogurt with granola, and again, just drinking water. And then for the evening, I had some snacks, which was some nuts. And for my evening meal, I had wraps with curly kale and salmon with a cream cheese spread. And also some garlic bread, which we needed to use up before it went off. And the important thing is to not judge what you've eaten, just write down as honestly as you can all the items that you did eat so that we can carry on through the next steps of this practice. Now you've written down what you've eaten, next to each of those stages, so the morning, the afternoon and the evening, just wrote how you felt. So maybe you felt tired, maybe you felt anxious, maybe you felt sluggish, any emotions or feelings that you had during these periods, just write them down so that we can understand how these different foods made you feel. Step 2, we're going to notice the patterns. So ideally 1 to 2 patterns we're going to notice. What patterns did you notice? This could be that you skip breakfast. It could be that you go long periods without eating. It could be a lot of sugar or caffeine. Or it could be very little protein or fiber. Or it could be as easy as eating too late, only an hour or 2 before you go to bed, which means you haven't fully digested it. Go through, analyse what you've written down for the morning, for the afternoon, for the evening, and just write down any patterns that you notice. If you can think back a few more days as well, that's fantastic. It will allow you to analyse in more depth your food patterns. Now we're going to try and notice what seems to increase our energy or mood, and then what is draining our energy or mood. For example, this could be that your mood and energy are boosted when you have a proper lunch. And I don't just mean a white bread with some ham in it, that's not a proper lunch. I mean a proper nutritional lunch. Or it could be that you're drained when you skip meals. It could be simply that when you drink enough water, when you're hydrated enough, you feel more energy. And for example, if you drink energy drinks, maybe you feel an initial peak in energy, but then later on you crash back down. With your list, try to write down 1 to 2 things that help and 1 to 2 things that drain you, so that we can start to notice these details. Step 3 is going to be the most difficult, as this is where we're going to make 1 to 2 gentle changes. With this, we're going to make 1 to 2 tiny tweaks that are realistic. We're not going to go wild with these. We're going to think in 3 terms. The first is to add, and this is going to be something that's useful to increase your energy or your mood. The second is going to be to shift, so we're going to move some of the meals either to earlier or later, depending on when you need them. And the third is going to be to swap. We're going to swap something out which isn't benefiting you. So if you're snacking on a chocolate bar and you're not gaining anything from that, we're going to switch it for something which is going to benefit you. For example, if you're someone who doesn't eat breakfast but you feel drained in the morning, we're going to add a small item to substitute not having a full breakfast. So this could be as simple as some yogurt. And I know for a lot of people, breakfast is a challenging one because you're waking up, you're getting ready for work, and there's a lot of stress around this morning period. So if you are one of those people that struggles to fit your breakfast in the morning, you can always make yourself some breakfast bars or breakfast muffins, for example, which you can just pick up and eat on the go. If you're someone who drinks energy drinks, for example, we're going to switch this out for water or tea, which is going to be much more beneficial for you. And if you are someone who finds yourself snacking on chocolate or unhealthy things, we're going to replace that with something healthy, like nuts, like fruit. It's important to ask yourself here what's doable for you. If some of the examples I've given don't feel realistic, then find yourself something simpler, more doable for yourself. The point of this isn't to punish yourself, so any of the changes that you're thinking of making, if you look at them and go, oh, this is going to be awful, that's you punishing yourself. That is not the point of this. You need to find some foods which you enjoy, so find yourself items which you enjoy and don't feel like a punishment. That is the 3-step plan that you need to follow. So just to recap, the first item was to notice what you're eating, so we're going to map out what we ate yesterday. From that, we're jotting down how we felt during those periods of the day. And lastly, we're making some realistic changes to our normal pattern that we've been following to nudge us in the right direction. Well done on getting your plan sorted. Try and stick to this for a few weeks, see how it goes. If things aren't working as you would like, you can keep making small changes, but remember to keep them small. A few questions for us to reflect on. The first is, what did you notice about when you mapped your food from yesterday? Did it surprise you at all? The second is, what did you notice about your mood throughout the day, your energy levels? Did any of this surprise you at all? Thirdly, how does it feel to focus on small tweaks rather than making massive meal plan changes? And lastly, ask your body, if there's one thing you could give it this week, what would that be? Well done for today. You didn't just think about what you can do to eat better this week. You've actually gone through and you've made a plan with some small changes that you need to make. And remember, you don't have to earn eating food. Your body needs that. That's what helps you keep going. It's also important for us to remember that small tweaks are more important than major changes. These small tweaks are going to help us keep it sustainable for the long term. And lastly, your body is constantly giving you feedback, so make sure to listen to that so you can notice what changes that you need to make. Tomorrow for day 23, we're going to move on to stress transformation. We're going to work with the stress within our bodies, not just our minds. And we're going to try and focus on a way that makes this more manageable for us. Thank you for joining me for day 22. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, day 23, for stress transformation.